So I need you to make another death saving throw, but you can make it with advantage. Be from Dear Taran.
Got two cute little. We have one massive tongue and one tiny tongue. Nice. Whereas then, a natural 1 and an 18.
Oh.
We appreciate the advantage again.
Hmm.
I said we appreciate the advantage again.
Yeah.
Because that was a natural 1 and an 18.
You continue to be slightly aware of your surroundings, and your eyes flutter open, and you're aware. You see a figure of purplish skin, long hair, kind of a drow form looking over you, and it must be Kyra coming to tend, but you just sort of lull to the side. So your eyes go closed once again. And I'll have you go ahead and make one more death save with advantage, please.
Are we out of combat?
Yes.
I'm gonna give him a first level healing word.
Okay.
12.
12. He's fine anyway.
Oh, okay.
I mean, that just puts me stabilized. I appreciate the hit points anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You feel the threat of death leaving you, Ewan. It's not the first time you've been at this sort of precipice, but it is the longest you've been in this kind of state. Your eyes flutter again. Again, you see the kind of purplish, dark face looking down at you, and then your eyes close. And Omenda's spell hits you, giving you some health back, and you're able to
1 HP.
You get 1 health point.
No, it's a 5 actually because it's plus 5.
Okay. So you get 5 HP as your eyes flutter open. You just see Taran back on his haunches looking at you, and you see Iris is just sat on your chest. The two of them looking down at you. And as your eyes open, Taran lifts his head and gives the Sighthound sort of call. Just a...
And we're free of combat now, right?
Yes.
Kyra will, as she's like holding on to Juniper, just Ewan, and will like scramble and run in the direction of towards Taran and Ewan.
You run just a little ways, and you see Taran, and you see Taran just sitting there with his head in the sky, baying, and you watch Ewan just kind of sit up. A small rabbit kind of slightly falling off of his chest back into his shadow.
It looks like shit.
Yeah.
Probably not as bad as Juniper, but
Kyra is gonna.
How much? No, sorry.
You have 1 HP, Juniper.
1 HP. Yeah. Okay.
He looks a little better, just a little.
Kyra is gonna, and press her fingers into the ground, and you watch as the a space around it next to Ewan starts to decay almost, and from it small winter berry bushes come from between her fingers, and she pulls some of these little red berries off of them and just shoves them in your mouth. Good berry. They taste softly like strawberries.
As he's chewing them.
And she's gonna grab the other 5 and run over to Juniper and.
Does it just give a hit point?
Yeah.
Okay. Ewan, as you're crunching down on these delicious berries, you hear your voice a ways away. Hey, fucker! I'm talking to you! Yeah, come over here! I'll take you down! You're a rat fuck! And I'm gonna make sure everyone knows it.
Hold on. That's very important, and I'll get to that. But while I'm doing this, since edible berries or edible plants were shoved into my mouth, I'm going to use another key point and an action to use a different cultivated form. And I get three whole berries grow out of Ewan's shoulder. A little bush sprouts, and they're just the same berry. Mine heal a different amount though, so I'll probably pass those out in a minute.
I'm gonna help Juniper over to where Omenda has also congregated and just kind of like avoid the Yeth hounds.
Well, speaking of that, I would like to walk over to the berry bushes and not the berry bushes, the fruit tree, and grab a fruit and eat.
So that's 5.
As would I. I have
5.
many broken bones.
5 additional HP, Kyra.
What's the hit point spread for people? I have some D4s to give out. Kyra's fine. Juniper and I are probably the worst. What are we both at? Like, I have 10.
I'm at 6 now.
6. What are you at, Oaf? Travis.
Come on, I'm awake.
Yeah, but he asked you a
What's your
question.
HP are you at?
Sorry. 4.
4? Okay, so
Yes.
you're for sure getting one.
Yes,
You
I am in desperate need of a good berry.
You get a 7 HP Ewan berry.
Yay, I'm slightly
I
less
have 7
broken.
HP.
Okay, I guess you guys are getting the other 2.
Juniper as well.
Yeah, Juniper and Omenda are both gonna get 8 hit points.
8
then-
hit points?
And then the berry bush just dies. Just
Omenda, can you go ahead as you go over to this fruit tree and you go to pick a fruit off of it?
Yeah.
Can you roll just a d20 for me real quick?
Oh yeah. That's a 12.
Okay. Now roll another d20 and just tell me if you roll odd or even.
Odd or even?
Mm-hmm. Or no. I'm sorry. Not a d20. Roll 1d8 for me.
This tree
Even.
is so cool. I love these.
Which one?
Even.
Or no, it doesn't have to be even. I need the number. Sorry.
Oh, 6.
I was doing the wrong roll. Okay. 6. That's fine. Roll a d10.
Yes. 10.
Okay. And finally, roll a d100.
90. I'm gonna do that on here.
It has so much fruit on it.
There's a lot of fruit on it, yeah.
Oh,
61.
61.
Yep.
As you eat this fruit, you feel a sense of rejuvenation come over you. The worst of your injuries, like the stabs from Galpavraga's dagger and the rip and tear from Arian's claw, immediately heal, and you get up to half your hit points returned to you.
Up to half? Let me see. What's half of 53? Alexa, what's half of 53?
26. You round down, 27 if you round up.
Yeah, 26.5. So I'll just do 26. That's fine.
Dude, this fruit tree's goated.
Heck yeah, I'm almost back to full.
Ophalon, did you say you also grabbed a fruit off of this tree?
Yeah, I'll take one.
Okay.
Why not?
Be definitive.
Range the fruit now for us.
Roll a d20.
You'll eat some.
7.
Okay. You have.
Ophalon explodes.
You take a delicious piece of fruit off of the tree. It's very tasty.
Oh, you didn't roll high enough at the beginning. Damn.
For those of you who didn't read the little blurb, there are 1d8 magic fruit.
So, and I rolled for the amount. There are. Where's my?
It was 1d10 plus 20 fruit. So
Yeah. So there is 27 pieces of fruit on here.
Down to 26 and
Down to 20 25
5 because Oaf's also grabbing.
because Oaf also grabbed one. Yep.
But also 1 less magic.
yeah, and there's 1d8 magical fruit, so it's entirely possible that it could only be one of the magical fruit.
Mhm.
That's possible.
Yeah.
I don't think so though. Let's
No,
pick it
that's
all
very
anyway.
unlikely. Yeah, I guess you eat them
That's
all.
happening. Ophalon, as you grab a fruit, you see Lady Rhiannon is hog tying the goblin, taking his staff and just chucking it into the.
Hey, Kyle. Well, that statue's there shit talking me. I'm just gonna use my last key point, and I'm gonna flip it off. And the tree next to it, will grow the full potential it can, one of its branches towards that statue.
Okay.
And I hope it just pushes it over. But maybe it'll just grow around its face. You know, either one's pretty good. Honestly, it's just... stop talking, you shit.
You see the statue continues to shake its fist at you. You're a piece of shit. Fuck you. Fuck you and your entire family. Fuck everyone you've ever loved. You're a piece of garbage. Absolute shit. You're the worst person in the world. And you see it begins to do it, and just as it does this branch just as it just grows around the statue's mouth. And it can't it's muffled, so it's still just sitting there. Juniper.
Did we do the thing? And Juniper is looking down for her shadow.
Make a perception check. You
It might take a little bit more time than you think.
Ophalon, you can go ahead and make a perception check as well.
Alright, I can do that.
Perception. That's a 6.
10.
Oh God!
Both of you, as the in the dim light of the morning, it's not a high DC. You guys are looking for your own shadows. You look where they would be expected to be seen. Oh, as you look around, both of you see in the dim light of morning, you are in fact casting shadows once again up the ground.
Juniper just kind of collapses on the ground for a moment.
I would like to.
What happened to her when she died?
Yeah. You can.
I would like to cast light above Juniper's head, making her shadow go away.
Feeling the weight of the exhaustion that's been sitting on his back the whole time. Ophalon takes a knee, high fives his shadow, and then just kind of lays down.
Second light.
A little bit.
No, I'm just kidding.
I got your back, buddy.
I have my shadow back.
I won't let him take you again.
You see,
Just don't drink the water.
as all of you have kind of gathered in this space, the two Yeth hounds are just drinking, and they don't seem to be paying any mind to any of you guys.
They're green apples, by the way, from the fruit tree.
Kyle, would it be at all possible for me to approach the hounds.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to just at first kind of walk up to them and just kind of get a closer look at what it is. They're kind of do like a little vibe check, you know?
Mm-hmm.
They get a +2 to that. The insight. Oh, but I rolled.
And insight check the dogs.
That's a 7, so not too great.
They, believe it or not, have a negative charisma. They're
Oh,
dogs.
true.
They kind of they're drinking, and they sit back and they look around the space, and you see now that you're close to them, Omenda, like they have like cuts in their hide and stuff from where they've been whipped over and over again. And they just seem pretty content. They're just chill right now. There's like they were upset when there was a Bulette that had fucking jumped into the middle of them and was fucking them up. But now they're all of their convoy is gone, and they're just kind of chilling.
Okay. Do they because they've been drinking from the water? Do they recognize me?
They don't seem to pay you any money. Like
okay, but they don't seem to know that I would they don't look at me with any kind of familiarity type thing.
No.
As you know, okay. So I would like to see if I could touch one of them.
Yeah, reach out and you touch its fur. You see it. It's a large creature, so you watch as like it's kind of a bit as you touch it, but it doesn't like shy away from you at all.
With my natural 20 nature check from before in terms of what these things were and kind of how like the stories I've heard and stuff, would I know anything about the possibility of them changing masters?
So you would know that typically the master of the Yeth Hound is that summoned it. So these are creatures of the Wilderland. So whomever summoned them to the material plane is technically their master.
Oh, it's kind of like when you the certain spells and you can conjure stuff. Okay. Cool. So I'm gonna kind of just just kind of look at them for as long as possible. I don't have anything to do. I'm not gonna get in the water because it's possible I might forget who I am again. Yeah, I'm just gonna get a look at them.
You see, as all of you recongregate, Lady Rhiannon comes over. She like has this hobgoblin over her shoulder, and she like takes him and tosses him off to the side, just unceremoniously into a heap. And she says, "I am so sorry that I was late. There was a lot."
They were early. You were. This apple looks tasty.
I tried. Crunch.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You should sit down.
Hmm?
You should sit down.
She just nods. She says,
because she's been riding for like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. She says.
You should definitely have a seat.
I had to. I'll have to. I used it. I don't have much in the way of magic, but I was able to get in contact with my sister, and then she got a look at all of you, and then she talked back to me, and then I had to leave the cart back a ways, but I hid it good, so I can go back and get it real quick. It'll take maybe half a day, but I needed to be as quick as possible.
Maybe we'll just set up camp here for the day. It's not like we need to go anywhere.
Yeah, maybe not. Maybe not exactly right here.
Statue
when we get off the path, but yeah.
Yeah, the statue there's now a branch growing around the statue's mouth, and it's continuing. It's just flipping off Ewan.
I'm gonna throw Rhiannon an apple. Everybody,
thank you,
and the girlies. You were dead. He's something.
So how many apples total were there? You said 26.
There were 27 total.
Down to 25.
Down to 25. Ewan has eaten one.
Rhiannon.
4,
Rhiannon.
3,
The girls. So
2.
Yeah.
Down to 21.
21. Okay.
How much HP does the apple give me?
Oh, it's just an apple.
Oh, it's just an apple. Okay.
I mean, unless.
I suppose it would depend on.
So
Was there only one magical fruit?
Omenda, you know that some magical shit happened to you.
Yeah.
When you ate that apple. You also watched Ophalon eat an apple and nothing happened to him. So there's some magical going on with this tree.
Did I notice a difference between my apple and Ophalon's apple?
Not a thing.
Okay. Well, I do believe that it's possible that there might be some of these fruits might be magical. So you might want to, if you eat one and you're not full on satedness, you might want another.
Wait, hold on. Maybe I should pray over the food so it's not lethal.
Yeah, that's entirely true.
I'm gonna start praying over the tree.
Okay.
Everyone else already has apples.
Yes, Juniper.
I think we should collect them
Juniper shoots up right from where she was laying on the ground. Where's Bramble? And she starts looking around.
As Juniper goes to walk past Kyra, she just grabs her wrist. You should sit. You should sit down.
Juniper sits down.
I don't have any healing magic. And you started to glow. And then, like, thorn vines started to come from the glowing part of your chest and wrap around you. So Bramble, I think gave itself up for you. When you woke up, it just kind of unraveled. And she was gone. And you are here.
Juniper kind of squeaks in despair. And she
have you tried summoning her again?
Yeah, that's what she's doing.
Sorry.
Juniper immediately burns her last spell slot to try and find familiar.
Yeah, you start casting Find Familiar. Find Familiar as a spell.
It's not Bramble, but a different kitten.
It does take an hour. So you start casting Find Familiar. You pull out the incense and charcoal and herbs that you need, and you start making the little fire that you need to make. I do need you to eliminate 10 gold from your whatever money you have. That's the monetary cost of what you're doing here.
Okay.
And you begin to cast Find Familiar. That's going to take an hour. As she is doing that, what are the rest of you doing?
Is it short rest time? Maybe.
Wolf is still laying in the dirt.
Also, ritual casting.
He may or may
Purify
not be
food and
asleep.
drink on the rest
Yeah.
of the tree. Just because, I don't know. There's a lot of weird stuff. Fruit is magical shit out of the ground we know nothing about. This way, hopefully, nothing will fuck anybody over.
And Ominda's gonna kind of walk over to the water, and he's gonna kind of be thinking about how much help they had. You know what I mean? And how it was just us, and thinking about how we would be able to get help, like possibly like he's thinking about ways of getting shit like hounds or that kind of thing. Sorry, she hit me in the face with her tail.
Ooh.
He's not doing anything in particular, just kind
of. You begin to do your stuff as Lady Rhiannon just nods and looks, and you see she looks around and I can do one other thing, I think, and she closes her eyes and opens them, and there's just a sheen of magic across, and she looks around the space, and she says, most of these are just apples, but, and she points out 7 other fruit that give off a magical.
Oh, hot. I'm going to pick all of those for sure. These are going in the magical apple pouch.
Yeah.
already had mine, so
I'm going to rely on you, Ewan, to know that these will retain any magic they have for 30 days.
Okay. 7 magic apples. Do a little 30 days parentheses. Mm-hmm. What is the date today? In game.
It's we're in the beginning of hot.
It's like the 2nd still, right?
It's like
the
3rd
maybe now.
Yeah.
Maybe another day passed.
Because it was the day before the new moon. That's right. What it was. So tonight is the new moon.
Okay. So is it technically the 3rd? Is it like the morning into the 3rd?
It's the 2nd. The 2nd is the new moon.
So
if it's the day. So yeah, we're the 2nd.
Or no. The new moon is the 3rd. So this is the morning of the.
So it is the 3rd. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Just making that note so we know when we harvested them.
Kyra is just kind of.
We'll also harvest all of the others for ration purposes.
Yeah, for sure.
Kyra is just trying to, like. She looks dazed, almost, and she's trying to, like, get the blood out of, Tarn's coat. Because he is a white dog.
Yeah, and he has taken quite. He's holding himself presentable and like proud. He is a magnificent hound. He took quite a bit of damage from those darklings.
You can lay down. It's okay.
You see, he kind of gives that long dog sigh and just. And he lays down, crosses his front paws, and just sets his chin right on your lap. And you hear him just start to breathe slowly.
I'm sorry I made you do that.
You see his tail just wags.
On a much less serious note, how many rations is 16 apples?
16 apples.
You know what they say, an apple a day keeps the hunger away.
Let's see, there's 6 of you if we're Rhiannon. I would call that
what, 2 apples a ration?
2 apples a ration, yeah.
Per take.
So we'd call that's
8?
what, 8 days of ration?
Okay. I'll store 8 rations because I have that sweet bag.
I mean, you could technically get by on just a couple apples a day. It wouldn't be, your colon wouldn't be very happy.
No, but I mean, yeah.
Time passes. As an hour approaches gone, you watch as this fruit tree that you've now collected all this fruit from begins to wither and just dies in a rapid decay. It just kind of falls away. And also at the end of this hour, as Juniper completes her ritual, there is a puff of smoke and a ginger tomcat just kind of appears right in front of you.
Where's Bramble? She scritches under the chin.
Accepts the scritches, rubs its head on your hands.
Oh, I guess your name is Pumpkin. Hi.
It just hops into your lap and curls up and just begins to purr. You guys get a camp set up here. Lady Rhiannon kind of looks you up and down and says, "Stay off the road a bit. I'll be back and as quick as I can." Some time passes. It gets closer to evening, and eventually you hear the sounds of the cart coming up the road. Horses on attached to it, and she pulls up into your camp. It's now the bright light of day is shining. I will say, as soon as the sun officially appeared and the rays of the sunlight, you just watched the Yeth hounds literally just fade into the ethereal plane and vanish. But it's a little after midday by the time Rhiannon returns with all of your things. You guys may take a long rest in this time if you want, because it does take her about half a day to go do all this. So you can take a long rest. You guys are also going to level up.
Hell yeah. Love that.
But we'll save that for the break between the sessions.
Do Juniper and Ophalon finally recover one level of exhaustion?
Already did, buddy.
Congrats, my guys. Your shadows are back.
I wasn't sure if that just went away as soon as I got my shadow back.
It did, yeah. You got those are gone. So that's happening. Eventually, like I said, Rhiannon returns. You see her coming up with the cart and your horse, and she gives a soft smile and she says, "You know, I'm glad that something was accomplished, at least, for whatever the hell all of that was. Mordred's sort of method of impeding or attempting to impede them actually ended up impeding me a bit more. That's why I had to abandon the cart back there. I couldn't get the cart through the thorns. I don't know if he just missed them or if they were just able to get through. I
That
don't
was the
know.
point.
But it certainly is a mess back there. So, but the two of you've gotten your shadows back. And she just sighs and she says, "I'm truly glad that that's happened. You deserve it. You've all been through a lot." The Court of Whispers still has what has been stolen. That scroll. It's imperative that it's gotten back. But now that maybe, well, I don't know. I have to carry on to the Twin Cities. But I would not blame you all if you wanted to return to the city from here. Or go your own way from this point onward. I just have to get to my father and inform what's gone on.
That's reasonable.
She still has the scroll.
She does. But she doesn't have anything yours anymore.
I think we need to gather strength. We were not ready.
I think we had a pretty good plan. I think we just maybe cut it a little close.
Jesus Christ, it's windy.
Hey, fucking windy.
I would appreciate if you want to still. I mean, I'd put you up in the cities. My father's palace is extravagant. I could definitely find places for you there. I'm sure he would. After all you've done, he would not be against that, and I could still use, well, the help of those that know a bit more about what this whole situation is. But like I said, I know what King Math asked you to do. He asked you to help me, but... And she just kind of looks over towards Juniper, and then to Ewan, and then to Omenda, and she says, "But you all nearly lost your lives. One of you did, and it's... I'm still not quite sure how that was remedied."
Juniper just shakes her head. No idea.
It's best we don't ask too much.
I promised to help. And I want to help.
Well, I appreciate that. And she just turns and looks, and though it is there is very little clouds today, it is a sunny day, but there is still the looming shadow of the Galar Mountains to the north. And she looks and she says, "You ain't seen nothing yet when it comes to travel on this island. It's gonna be it's gonna be a trek through these mountains, and it's gonna be a trek through the woods after that. I'd estimate that if we manage to keep pace, we have maybe another week and a half. 2, if the weather on the pass is bad. And we'll be passing through..." And she just stops and she looks up at the mountain again and she says, "We'll be passing through some ruins. The mountains are not kind. There's a reason they are called what they are. These are the mountains of mourning. Galar. And they are unforgiving. Yes, Juniper."
Take it.
Juniper just kind of tentatively looks like she needs or wants to ask a question of Lady Rhiannon and starts and stops. Before Mordred sent us on our way, you looked concerned when that bird came to him. May I inquire as to why?
She looks at you and she just kind of grimaces a bit. She says, I shouldn't judge other Fae on the peculiarities that they've inherited from their parents. But, well, his mother is well known and, well, I've never been too comfortable around them. You never know when one might be a spy. Just as well it could have been a messenger just for him, but it put me at a bit of an unease, that's for sure. That's the last thing we need, is for the Shadow Queen to be messed up in all of this. Or the Phantom Queen, not the Shadow Queen. The Phantom Queen. Well, if you're all rested, I think we can at least make it to the base of the mountains before nightfall.
I think that's best. I think I'm gonna take the day off. Spend my night in the cart.
That's fair. I don't blame you.
It's gonna be, I think, no, I didn't die. The third time I've gotten close.
Well, let's get to it then. And she will help you all get the camp put back into the cart. All of your belongings are here. And she will take the lead on her horse, Epona, as all of you climb aboard the cart, continue along towards the high mountains, knowing that in the grand scheme of things, you're still only less than 8 hours behind Ori, and they must pass through these mountains as well. And that's where we will end tonight's session. You guys level up. It will have already happened because you just took a long rest for the day here.
Hey, now I can have extra attack.
Can I ask one quick question?
Mm-hmm.
Rolled an 8 on the HP.
At the disappointment of Bramble not reappearing, Juniper would have finally taken stock of herself.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything odd or out of place, considering Kyra said that she had a vine growing out of her chest?
Yeah. As you kind of looking yourself over, you remember what Kyra said, and you kind of take a moment to yourself on the one side of the cart, look down at your chest, right around where your heart would be, and you just see just a faint green light. No vines. Your skin is normal, but there's this slight green glow right where your heart is, and it beats in time with your heart.
And is her patron's ring still on her finger?
Yes, it is.
Oh, goody. Okay. Yeah. Cool.
All right, guys.
Cool.
Guys, we survive? Question mark.